Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to Tour de France 2023. This is episode number 8, and this, stage 4 of our final race of this current season, the Open Tour. It's the Alpe d'Huez. We're going to climb the Alpe d'Huez not once, but twice. Twice we are climbing the Alpe d'Huez today. For a rider such as myself with a, 68 mountain rating, it's gonna be a monumental task, as I will not be alone in the breakaway today, already caught by Nicola Conchi. McNulty plus a few others are just a handful of seconds behind, and we are, for the moment, 40 seconds ahead of the peloton. Let's go ahead and back off and see if Conchi will take over here shortly. And we've been caught now by at least one other rider, McNulty. Looks like the peloton is not happy with the makeup of the group right now. There's 10 of us away. We are 20 seconds ahead of the peloton right now, and we are attacking each other. Which, of course, it was nice and calm when I was at the front of the group, but then as soon as some of the riders caught up, this started to happen. So Conchi attacks, and I follow. We are 18 seconds ahead. The rider that was in between has been dropped and back into the peloton, so there's 10 of us. Looks like it's going to have to be even less than that for this group to succeed in getting off the front. So for now, I'm just going to be patient. No more leading from me for a while yet. 9 seconds ahead.
For the moment, any breakaways.
Now we're back in the peloton. Back in the peloton. Coming out of this left-hander might be a good time to try to attack. Using that downhill momentum, here we go. Turning it into an uphill swing. Others attack as well.
Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
Start that red bar recovery a little bit. 27 seconds ahead of the peloton, already further than we had been ahead at any stage previously. And here we go, though, with a group of 6 of us and 5 more in between. Too big of a group once again, and I'm not sure the peloton's going to be too happy with the makeup of this group. 9 here, 2 in between, a little bit ahead of the peloton, who is 34 seconds back. Already a rider has been dropped. Those two riders made contact. There's now 11 of us, 30 seconds ahead of the peloton. Does this have a chance? For now, I sit on and try to recover. Just being a part of the group is what's going to make me happy. I'm not the one with the firepower. I don't have the flat rating. I don't have the climbing ratings to be the one to push the tempo and force the break. So for now, we remain patient. But the peloton, now just 24 seconds behind, definitely does not seem like they are content with the makeup of the group. Big stage here. It's a difficult, very difficult stage. Alpe d'Huez. Not once, but twice. It's one of the hardest climbs in the entire world. And it's not just the Alpe d'Huez twice, right? We've got this Cat 2 coming as well. Peloton just 12 seconds now. Bennett kind of letting these guys go. That's 6 riders going clear of 5 of us. And he's definitely not putting his foot down, so we're going to have to... Ooh, these guys are pushing harder than... Oh! I just kind of had a brush with the side there. Let's recover for a little bit here. That was a bit much. 24 seconds ahead is all. But it took an attack for that to happen. It definitely looks like a group will get dropped off the back and eventually picked up by the peloton. And then suddenly there's going to be enough riders, the right makeup, and they'll let it go away. 11 is too much. Looks like 8 or 9 was too much. I'm guessing on a day like this, they'll accept a group of 6 or 7. It's not going to have to get down to 3, but it's definitely got to get smaller than what we have here. Poor Sarro on his own. Now Gavazzi. And we've been reeled in. Here we go. I gotta kind of get the head start on the attack. And then I'll get followed by others, but hopefully it's not too many of them. And we're already about to begin the first of the 3 climbs of the day. And it's definitely not going to be an easy climb. And we've got a lot of singles right now off the front. It's like, let's see, 3, 5, 6 of us. Six might be a good number. 6 might do it. Easing off a little bit here. I can't handle being crazy here. Latour attacks though to make it 7. I'm only 23 seconds ahead, so this is not a substantial group, that is. 18 seconds. Yeah, see, they're still chasing. 7 of us seems to be a bit too much. Youngles trying to attack. There's the peloton. Now it's just Youngles and I off the front. Fortunato. 40 seconds ahead. They are much more content with how small the group is right now to let us get out. This could be what we need. 54 seconds. Just 4 riders.
1 minute for the breakaway.
Starting to like our chances. Starting to like our chances here. Fortunato's struggling, but we've nearly caught Youngles. And we're out to well over a minute. There we go. 3 together.
Early on at the head of the peloton. There's no doubt that he's ticked this stage in his objectives.
Youngles definitely looking the strongest of the 3 of us. Schultz just 15 seconds behind. Schultz still 16 seconds back. The peloton, another 20 seconds in the gap. 84 kilometers to go on the stage. This is not a long stage. It is a short, intense stage. And our intensity just to get in the break has left me rather weak. I need to gel now already. At least a bit of it. Schultz still 16 seconds back, and we've only added 7 more seconds to the peloton. 2+ minutes in PCM is the happy zone. I think Fortunato is waiting for me to come through, but there we go, on to the climb. 5.5K, 6.3%, and I just expended a bit more energy. Schultz, no contact for him. He's going pretty deep.
Only the first 4 riders to the top will score points in the mountain standings.
Points for the top 4. I need to try to win for the sake of progressing here. I'm going to have to climb my pace here soon and just let these guys go, which will put me 4th over the top, but it's going to be what I have to do. I keep pushing. Minute 59, 2:01. Will we set up? Ouch. Coming to a stop was not what I was planning on there. Look how quickly Schultz catches and passes me here. Already down to a minute 50. I just don't have the energy to make the climb.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
4th will get me a point, but will I still have 4th? Minute 50 ahead of the peloton. It looks like I'll maintain that. We'll have to recover on the descent. Way too hard of a tempo. Just could not maintain the tempo. You guys were that much stronger than me. Down to a 1.5-minute advantage over the peloton. Definitely seeking at least that 1 kilometer, or that 1 point in the KOM as we approach the 1 kilometer banner. I think I should be able to hold the peloton off, that is. Minute 12 ahead. Youngles picks up 5 points. Just like that, KOM's gone. I had 4 points. I'll get 1 point. I guess I'll hang on to it. Okay, getting a little recovery in. Up the tempo here. 1 point over the top. I avoided the blow up, but man, oh man, did I get pummeled. Those guys got to the top of the climb 2 minutes before me. Accelerate out, then arrow. No idea what is the gap like now. I'm 2:13 down, 20 seconds ahead of the peloton. I want to be away as long as possible and recover as much as possible. It's good practice anyway. Looks like I'm going to get caught by the peloton here shortly. Accelerating through this section, getting into a little bit steeper. Now we arrow tuck. 15 seconds ahead of the peloton. Whoa, did not brake for that. 1K to the sprint. Here comes the peloton. Watch the sprinters come bursting past me. Yep, there they go. This is not a sprinter, but okay, sure. And I'm back in the peloton. Okay, so Schultz made his way in with the front two, joining them. So it's once again a group of 3. But I, caught by the peloton, managed the descent well. I mean, that's good practice for me. As still a developing rider here, but 12.5K, 8.5% Alpe d'Huez. I don't see how I'm going to be hanging on for points or still being in the group on this one as by the time we reach the top. But let's go ahead and speed things up for a little bit. We've already used the gel, so that's going to be a problem.
The gap isn't changing much.
When we hold on to the peloton, you can see how I'm draining faster. Face cam's in front of Cantor's got a little more energy than me. Van Rooij has a little less than Cantor, but definitely more than me. And Desjardins is looking similar to how Neelands is looking in terms of the energy left. But I'm already about to bonk out, and we still have, what, 5K to go in the climb? So backing off and climbing my pace is where we're at now. Which means I'm going to drift back until we get dropped. A little shelter from the wind, though, is going to be helpful. Charmig goes over the top first, picks up 20 points. The 5 points that I have are now nowhere near the top of the classification. And making my way up the final climb, the summit climb here for Alpe d'Huez, 13K, 8%. Mollema, who makes up the official peloton, is actually well behind. Johannesson has won the stage ahead of Jorgensen, Kelderman, Champion, Lutsenko. Such as the field that we have. Menkes is 9th. Mollema, 14th. Okay, I don't know why he's not considered peloton, but I'm on my way up. Well behind in the overall, but doing relatively well here. I have what, 1.4K? All right, let's take over for the 1.4K. I'll go full gas, control there. Also gel up to maintain the effort for this final kilometer and try to gain some ground. Looks like we could push harder than we are pushing, so let's do it. A little sprint towards the finish. 17 minutes down. I mean, not much doing with that. In fact, I'm probably expending energy that's going to hurt me on the next stage. But I do get to the top before our 2 sprinters. I'm fairly confident that had the breakaway been established easily, even if it was 11 riders, 6 riders, regardless of the makeup, I could have contended. It's not to say that I would have won, but I certainly could have made it to the top of that category 2 with the group and contended for that. But unfortunately, the difficulty of creating that break, where we were still not firmly established until we were already partway up that first climb of the day, meant that I was already so low on energy with low stamina and low climbing ability compared to those around me that I found myself dropped in, losing 2 minutes by the time we reached the top of that climb. I picked up 1 KOM point giving me 5 on the day, and then was completely out of the mix up the Alpe d'Huez. In the end, I got 50th on the stage. I mean, that's where we're at as a climber at this point. We can certainly outclimb some guys, but from the break, it's difficult. In the bunch, we could definitely hang in there a bit longer, but you can see the tempo, the pace that they push just disintegrates whatever energy that I have pretty early on. We do have one more stage. So I'm now out of the question. That combativity award is, of course, what we're aiming for at this point. So one more day in the break. Much better profile, more KOM points, the rolling undulation that's going to give me a better shot at finding some successes at the top of some of these climbs. So we'll see what we can do today. I'm not the first one attacking, though. There's already 8 of us off the front, 18 seconds away. So I'll lock in and just push and let these guys make contact. Knox in particular just a few seconds behind. Right now we're looking at 18 riders off the front, 40 seconds though. That seems like they're not going to be content with the size of this group. First climb already. 20 riders in the breakaway. A minute 13 ahead of the peloton. It's crazy. 3K to go. 6%. I don't know how well I can hang on to this. Red bar's gone. Let's try to recover that. The slower guys at the back. Minute 30 now. We're definitely opening a gap on the peloton that could make this breakaway, but it's also looking quite likely that I am not in a position to properly compete for this first climb. But we might have enough of a gap over the peloton to stay away and sit up later. For now, it's survival. Attack gel. Just to try to hang in here with this group that little bit longer. Minute 50 ahead of the peloton. Finished that gel off. That was using up my, keeping it. I was using it as fast as I was able to absorb it. There's the climb. I don't get the points, but I'm out of the KOM classification. It's no longer about that jersey. It's about winning one of those climbs to progress as a rider. And with 20 riders here, it feels like there's way too many of us. So very much in survival mode. 212 to the peloton.
There's plenty of damage at the back
Immediately into the next one.
It will be a long day in the saddle for those who fall behind.
Oh boy. Use my other gel. Just keeping up with these guys, it has been incredibly challenging. Finally, we sit up 2.5 minutes ahead of the peloton. We've lifted the pace, finally, but I have so little left. 1K from the summit. 800 meters. Can I get 4? I don't have anything to attack with. No, I don't have anything to attack with. Just follow Conrad now. 300 meters. Sprint right here at the end of this. It's gonna drain what I've got. Kron takes the top position. We've battled with Kron, but our weaknesses are very much showing. Glad we held Conrad's wheel, even though we're multiple bike lengths behind. Otherwise, that would have been a fall for sure.
He's a good puncher. You must keep a close eye on him on short climbs.
Peloton seems to have decided that the 20 riders are going to be okay. 220 ahead. Got a ways till we have 2 category 3s. We will get our gel in between these 2 climbs, and I don't know if I'm still going to be around. This descent is helping get some recovery happening, but not a lot as we enter this climb. And see just how tired we are, We are almost done, almost done. Still 20 of us. Still 235 ahead.
Watch your opponent.
Oh gosh, they are going so deep.
Keep an eye on him. He's the best climber in the breakaway.
Backing off, backing off, backing off. Don't bonk out. Whoa. Pace lifts, but it's 1K. Valens is looking at me like, what? You're tired, aren't you? Hermans and I getting dropped together. Chavez, Esteban Chavez getting dropped. I want to climb this at my pace. A Semnaz, 14K, 7.7%. I have gels. I have energy. I'm going to use the gels. I'm going to climb the tempo that I can for a little while and see just how quickly I can take the climb. Johannesson takes another stage, wins the overall. Theo Jorgensen finishes just behind him in second. So I move past these three guys. But again, very deep. Felix Gall finally crosses the line quite a bit after. Very much climb it faster than those around me, but I have expended a lot of energy. I don't have a lot left in the tank. Might have to back off a little bit more. Grossschartner comes in 15th, our highest finisher. Is that enough to pick up some points for him? Kron comes in just behind him in 16th. We catch Aramburo. De La Cruz. So I'm going to back off a little bit more. Definitely can't maintain this too much longer, but we are getting closer. 4K to go from the top. Just trying to now measure the effort I need to get to the finish. We climbed good and hard for a while, made up some ground, made up some time. Now it's about trying to get there. There's Chavez, who got dropped a little after I got dropped. He ends up finishing 36th. There's Micah, who got dropped when I dropped. 41st for him. Those guys left me behind very soon after we all got dropped. I'll tell that I'm quite a bit behind that. Outside of the top 50 today. Ooh, energy is gone. Sepulveda gets 48th. Castroviejo, they were all in that break. 49th. Ishpanut, 52nd. There's Van Roy, my teammate, 53rd. Max Cantor, our sprinter, is 55th. Now I'm not so proud of this climb. And we appear to be next. Last little push for the line. Oh, that's about it. We're about to bonk out. And the bike throw. No. And we're over the top. Again and again. The pace of the breakaway groups have been too much, especially on the climbs. And I keep getting left behind. There's not much more we can do. It's just the ability of us versus the ability of others. And you continue to ride, you continue to push, and you continue to develop to where eventually we will be able to hang with those groups. It's tough, but it'll happen. 56th on the stage, 22 minutes down. I was next behind Cantor. Van Roy was a few spots ahead of that. We were ahead of Neelands at least, but it was tough. It was absolutely tough. Now, if I properly stuck in a group one of these days, one of these times, we would see some sort of progress. But 2 mountain stages here is going to see some progression to our attributes at the very least. Johannesson wins the stage 7 seconds ahead of Jorgensen. In the overall, Johannesson wins by 1:10 over Jorgensen, Gall, Kelderman, Lutsenko. And did we crack the top 15 with... No. Oh, yeah. Grossschartner was 11th. Okay. Grossschartner finishes 11th overall. I think he'll pick up some points for that for the team. KOM. Jorgensen ends up winning it ahead of Johannesson, just being the two best climbers. And we never got beyond our 5 points. 9th as a team, 38 minutes down. And I do win the combativity. Luckily, I was able to get some kilometers on that last stage, even though we didn't hang in there long, because Kron definitely came in to roughly the point where I was at previously, or ahead of the point that I was at. I don't know, somewhere around 150 kilometers. So it was necessary to be in the break, and that does add 10 more points again. Individually, I now sit on 40 points. Großschartner has 12, and Nielands stays on 3. So that gives us 55 points as a team. Pogačar wins the overall. I was 81st individually. And the team ranking, we hang on to that 23rd position. Sidal Quickstep actually taking the overall top spot. But we do remain ahead. We needed those points. That's good. That makes me feel good. Bingal, Flanders, Baloise, a little ways back. But Yola Conte, we finished just 6 points ahead of them. Close. It's a spot higher than we were a season ago. I'd very much like to get up in that 100 plus next season through my development and maybe through a better rider. We might just make that happen. But will we still be ahead of them? I think we are done for this season, but there's one more race after this one. Let's hope Iola do not pick up points to move ahead of us. I only pick up 4 bonuses on the day. It's harder and harder to get those, especially when the races are so hard and we can't find much success. But recovery remains the same. Agility unchanged. Cobble unchanged. There was no cobbled stage. I'd love to get some of those because those are going to be some easy points still. Resistance now at a 73. Stamina up to a 74, so we pick up a point there. We finished a race over 200k for the first time. Prologue 67. Time trial 67. Mountain up to a 69. I do get a point there for finishing 2 mountain stages. We now have 5 of those. We've still only done a single medium mountain stage. Man, oh man, no wonder that's having a hard time increasing. Medium mountain still a 68. Hills a 71. Hilly stage, 1 more of those will give us a point. Acceleration, sprint unchanged. Flat, we pick up 2. It's up to a 63, and that is one of our weak areas. So this is helpful. It's really helpful that we've picked those up. The individual time trial, the flat stage bonuses for that one. I'd love to see a team time trial. I'd love to see cobbled sectors. Those seem to be something that will give us some of those points that we need. Sam Bennett wins the World Championships. No team points for that, so that's helpful. Roglic has won the Giro di Como, aka Lombardia. The big thing, though, is Iolo Conte. What have they done in this race? Fortunato in 12th. It will pick up some points. Is it 6 points, though? It is over 6 points. Oh. 45. Oh, my goodness. 12th place is worth 45 points. So it's back down to 24th position for us. Another year at 24th. That's unfortunate. Final tally is also 90th in the overall in the rankings. We're still locked on that 75 overall, but we do add 60k to spend on riders, and all of that will help in the grand scheme of things. First transfer I'm going to make is we're going to take Desjardins, 26 puncher, really not strong, and make what on paper is really only a slight upgrade to Lenny Martinez, but Desjardins is 74 hills. That's all he really has other than semi-capable sprinter, but I have my 2 sprinters. So Desjardins, it's a 30k upgrade. I have 80k to spend. This will leave us with 50k more. And our second and final upgrade for this year is we're going to go from 29-year-old Nielands to 20-year-old Uccelbrooks. Again, we're improving by 1 point from a 72.8 to a 73.8 for the cost of 30k, which means for the second year running, we're going to have 20k left over after our upgrade. But we've now gone from 4 punchers to 2 climbers, 2 punchers, 2 sprinters. We diversify a little bit. We certainly improved a bit. Can we get some more results? Can we get some more points out of this group? We still can't recruit better than a 75 overall. So I think the next target would be an upgrade on Van Roy, who's a 73.2 next season, but I'll wait to do that. We definitely do want to improve again in the sprinters or maybe a classic kind of rating. After 2 seasons, the lesson is that I have gotten better and I have improved the team, but we are finding it difficult. And that's totally fine. That is something that I am 100% happy and content with. 71.5 overall rating is still rather weak. I don't know if my cost is going to increase as I improve. It might. We might be spending some money just to maintain myself within the roster, but that's fine. I don't care if that's the case. What I do care about is getting those ratings up, and that just takes navigating races and getting through it. The sad thing is it's going to take us a while to unlock more than just 3 races and be able to do more over the course of a season. Everybody's age seems to be unchanged, so it doesn't seem to matter a whole lot. The field stays the same. I improve. If that's the case, and I don't care how many seasons it takes us to get there, we'll get there. It's just the nature of the beast of playing on a little bit harder difficulty and still being relatively new at the game. Find it challenging. I'm enjoying the challenge. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.